Okay, day 89, Braverman, Haiti, and me. Mr. Braverman hasn't accepted my invitation yet to go to Haiti with me, but if you haven't seen the series before, I would like to go with him to review the USAID $6 or $7 billion worth of investment that went through this interim Haiti Relief Commission. So that's kind of the gist of the series. What I wanted to kind of do is use Trello to bring these associations together, and I'm comparing each of these operations that have been run through, like Osprey Global here, these topples in Libya, Syria, Haiti, Honduras, Congo, South Sudan. Each one of those is kind of like a movie, and you're going to find a Lionsgate movie from Frank Giustra to kind of tell like this part of the movie, but they're not going to tell this part of the movie or this part of the movie. So Lionsgate kind of talks about all the, the war and how terrible it was and all the suffering, but they forget, to say who started the war and then how all the, weapons got there. So in that sense, Trello becomes kind of like a card, and you're kind of playing, you can sort the cards kind of like you're playing solitaire. So you can say, okay, give me all the operations that General Grange did. And you can create a list of, well, let's see, he did Libya, he did Syria, he did Haiti, he did Colombia, he did, and so forth. So if you're researching Grange, you can easily sort the cards in that direction. Or if you want to say, what are all the topples that Sid Blumenthal ordered through Osprey, you could do the same thing, because there's going to be some that go through Joe Wilson and Sudan, and there's going to be other ones that go through other people. So it's kind of like an object-oriented, it's an object in the old sense of the programming, where the data and all the citations and sources go along with to prove the associations that you create, but it's an at-a-glance kind of storyboard that ties everything together. So until Mr. Braverman accepts, I'm not going to just do a video every day saying, he didn't accept today. I'm going to go through all these Frank Giustra movies, if you will, and this is kind of the formula. You start with Sid getting the gang, getting the guns, getting the stingers or whatever, getting the sarin gas, whatever the combination of things are. You get your economic spies, to go to the country, determine what you want to get, then you do this planning, and then you execute it. So this is kind of the formula. If you remember the old, they used to call it a formula movie. And we're going to Braverman's advice here is great. You just keep following the money, arms, and oil pipelines and rat lines. And I've added, we're going to go one level down, USAID. Anywhere there's cell phones with micro lending is going to be a place that's going to lead us directly to the kidney, harvesting. And then, follow the big hotels, follow the vaccination programs, and follow the places where there's organ harvesting. So that each movie is going to have these components in it. And this is like the movie poster board, Casablanca. Oh, you've got, Humphrey Bogart over here, and, all the other characters, Claude Rains is over there, and Sidney Greenstreet's, over there. So speaking of that, you're going to find all these operations in the Frank Giustra and Carlos Slim every operation, like Hotel Rwanda that they did, or whatever it is, they're going to be coming through. And when Frank Giustra says, I'm pledging $1 billion, what he's really saying is, I'm pledging 10 movies for $100 million each, and they're going to funnel it through Lionsgate. This is the same exact funnel Mark Rich had through 20th Century Fox. And I see that El Chapo got brought to New York today for 2 p.m. Arraignment. And I'm just wondering if that's the cover for Hillary's pardoning the 19 conspirators from the State Department, because you got Kerry on the hook now too with the Iran hostage and nuclear negotiations on Gmail as well. So anyway, I'm just wondering if that's cover. Always the big move over here to cover the small move. We didn't find about the Mark Rich pardon until about 2 weeks after Bill Clinton pardoned Mark Rich. So that's what I'm wondering, if this is the cover there to get the reporters away from the White House. Anyway, yesterday I spoke about the plan that I think is currently underway to partition Haiti, just the same way South Sudan was partitioned. It's going to be the same way the Congo was partitioned as well. decide what area you want to invest all the USAID money in, which is the north. Bring in your Contras, or whatever you want to call them, your exiles, if you're talking about Cuban Missile Crisis, Contras, if you're talking about Iran-Contra. You promise them land in here, just like Brzezinski did with the Mujahideen. And this is pretty not sparsely populated. You figure out where your conflict points are going to be, and you go back in history and just look. And if you look at these military planners, they go back in history and they look at where were the conflict points. And if you go back and looked at the Black Napoleon, Toussaint Louverture, he took Cap Haitien up here in the north, and then went down here and fought a big battle and won the big battle here in Mirabeaude. So, and then Port-au-Prince was the next place. So the military planners look at this and they say, okay, where's the big population going to come from to fight this battle? That's why the 250,000 body bags are there. And while the police are here, before the battle is fought, they do all this other fun stuff like the vaccination tests on the kids at the different UNICEF centers and so forth. And why do I say that? Well, I'm looking here at Bill Swing, who's, manages migrations. He's currently the ambassador to Haiti, but he was the guy who did the Congo thing with the 6 million dead. Here's the invasion plan for Congo. You start in Rwanda, and you bring in your exiles, or whatever you want to call them, Contras, whatever, and then you insert them and cut off half of the country. This is what they did in Sudan, they did it in Congo, and this is what I'm saying they're going to do in Haiti. And then you take this half that has all the resources, which is going to be down here. So also the kids are going to Africa from here on the ships. The big ports being built here is going to go back, and they're going to be going to Congo, the Haitian kids. So, okay, let's talk about Congo. There's two ways to talk about it. One is the quick way, which is, here's Lucas Lundin. He's a Swedish billionaire, and he's pledged $100 million to the Clinton Foundation. He's also worth $20 billion. He mainly makes it mining, oil, and so forth. The quick way to say it is, here's Kagame in Rwanda. He basically got armies to go in, slice it in half, slice the Congo in half, and then they took all the mines. That's the quick way. The more fun way to tell the story is to kind of follow the old Heart of Darkness, which is kind of like the Joseph Conrad Heart of Darkness, which is going to say,